Capricorn, this is your energy check-in love reading. We're tuning into the person on your mind or your current situation and the energy unfolding for you right now. Let's see what wants to come through. Clear messages, advice, and guidance for my Capricorns, please. All right, Capricorn, your energy, the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, your person showing up as the Devil, Capricorn archetype. All right, they're viewing you as the Emperor in reverse. Okay. What you're not seeing is the Fool, Aries energy. We have really strong Aries energy with the Emperor and the Fool. And the final outcome, we have the Nine of Swords. So a little bit of a stressful situation here. What I'm kind of getting here, Capricorn, is you have someone that may be a little bit toxic. And I feel like you're starting to see that with the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. And the King of Wands, you're standing your ground, Aries, Leo, Sag. I feel like you've either set boundaries with this person, you've stood up to this person. I really do feel like you've drawn a line in the sand. And I feel like we had a reading last week that might have been the exact title. So I may still be picking up on that energy. But there's something here that doesn't feel right, that doesn't feel healthy. And you may have kind of made excuses for it or let a few things slide or swept a few things under the rug. But what I'm seeing is that you can't do that any longer. And you stood up, or you stood your ground, or you set some boundaries, or you cut this person off. Now what's interesting is they're seeing you as temperamental, they're seeing you as quick to judge, they're seeing you as my way or the highway, but I just kind of think you have somebody here that isn't used to people either standing up to them, or you let a few things slide and you're like, yeah, I gotta nip this in the bud. All right, so let's see. Nine of Swords energy in reverse. So pay attention to triple nines coming through. You might be seeing that number sequence, but nines are about destiny and about karma. The Nine of Swords in reverse is an interesting energy because it kind of feels like you've been stressing about this and you had to put your foot down. You had to say something. And there's a kind of a fear here of, will things ever change? And I kind of feel like you gave this person some time to auto-correct, right? To self-correct. And they didn't do that. So you realized like you had to step in and, like I said, draw a line in the sand. You may be feeling a little bit wishy-washy here, Capricorn, though, about like, is this something I want to work on, or is this something that's just going to turn into an even bigger headache over time? All right, you're viewing this person as the Ten of Swords in reverse. So you know that they want to communicate. Some of you might kind of have them blocked, or you might just kind of be in like taking some space. With the Ten of Swords in reverse, I think you know that this person wants to heal things. I mean, in the hidden position, they definitely want a new beginning. Some of you, you know, you may also be a little bit worried about whether or not this person is fully healed. They've been through some sort of trauma or some sort of breakup or some sort of personal loss. So you may be holding space for them because of that, but you do also want to be careful about like what it is you're excusing, right? Or what it is that you're, you know, are you compromising? You're viewing the relationship as the Seven of Swords in reverse. So you've identified already that it may be time to move on, or in order to move on with this person, something here has absolutely got to change. Now, you're viewing this person as the Hierophant in reverse, Taurus energy. So this person might not be grounded and stable. This person may be very different from you. They might have a different background or culture than you. And again, sometimes we can make little compromises and say, well, you know, maybe it's because of how they were raised, or they've been through a lot, or in their culture, or, you know, whatever it is. But I kind of feel like the time for doing that has come to an end. And I think you already know that, or you've already acted on that. The Hierophant energy in reverse is also an energy of you being in separation from this person. So some of you, again, you did draw the line in the sand here, and you're not currently with this person. All right, so let's see what else we need to know. You may also be seeing a pattern in this person, like, you know, with their breakups or their relationships. You know, there's sometimes that warning, like if somebody always says their exes are crazy, you know, there's something to be looked at there. It doesn't have to be that exactly, but you know what I mean. All right, so we see bad timing. Everything will come to you at the right time. Be patient, your time will come. Clarity will come as well. All right, so let's go ahead and see what else we need to know. All right, so we see the path to mastery. You're stepping into a new expanded consciousness that you will soon master. Yeah, I mean, your eyes have been opened here, Capricorn, and I feel like you're not down for repeating past karmic mistakes or falling back into the same unhealthy or unhappy pattern with this person. So it's like you realize it's time for change. You've had some sort of an awakening here. All right, and we see there will be a happy ending here for you. Whatever it is that you decide, though it may not seem like it now, you will accomplish far more than you could ever imagine. Your story will have a happy ending, okay? And yeah, and you're in this energy of don't wait to get picked. Don't chase anything that doesn't want to be caught. Instead, pick yourself up and forge ahead. So what I see here is... you know, pick yourself up and forge ahead. Don't wait to get caught or pick, you know, don't go after something that doesn't want to be caught. Sorry. Oh my goodness. Sorry. Mercury retrograde, Capricorn. Bear with me. Don't wait to be picked. You're not chasing something that doesn't want to be caught. You're also not going to be chasing something that's ego-based or where someone doesn't want to change or doesn't recognize that there's a need for compromise or there's a need for doing things differently. All right, now they're showing up as the devil. They could be a Capricorn, but I actually feel more than anything, Capricorn, this person, they're really kind of obsessed with you, okay? I feel like this is you being all up in their energy. They don't want to let you go. And I do feel like there are some toxic patterns and behaviors, especially with the Nine of Pentacles showing up in reverse. All right, so let's see. We have the Eight of Pentacles. This person does want to work on things with you. We see the Eight of Swords in reverse. They're very nervous. They're really in their head. But I still think the Eight of Swords in reverse takes us back to the Seven of Swords. There's something here that, you know, I kind of feel you have to be a little bit worried about this person saying what you want to hear and not really making any changes, because I feel like they have something here that they need to deal with, that they need to amend, that they need to shift, that they need to change. And again, it feels like they might just say what you want to hear, or it's like you say something and it kind of goes in one ear and out the other. All right, and we see the Knight of Wands. They are going to come towards you, Aries, Leo, Sag, very passionate, very focused on the physical. And again, I do think that you have feelings for this person. I think you're also very attracted to this person. And it feels like they may have been able to make up for past mistakes by using those little tricks in the past, focusing on the physical, flattery. You know, let's have, you know, a breakup and then we have amazing makeup sex. But it's not a really healthy pattern. Okay, and so I feel like you really do need to take a good hard look, Capricorn, about whether or not this person is actually going to change, or whether or not, you know, they can change, or whether or not their actions line up with their words. And I kind of feel like you need to, I mean, it sounds really awful to say, oh, like have them on a probation period, but I mean, I don't think I would necessarily phrase it that way, but I do think that if you are going to consider this, Capricorn, you need to take it really slow, and they really do need to prove to you that, you know, what you say, what you ask, what you need, you know, is truly honored, and that they hear it, and that they assimilate it, and that they meet you halfway. Emperor energy in reverse. They're seeing you as triggered. They're seeing you as temperamental. But again, I actually think it's just because you stood up to them and they don't like that. All right. They see you as the King of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy, grounded, stable, standing your ground. You're generous. I think you have been very generous and practical and wise here. But most of all, you've been very generous with them. 10 of Cups, they see you as their future. They see you as their person. They see happiness and they see abundance with you. But my question is, Capricorn, what do you see with them? Because, I mean, you might feel like this person's hot and all. You know, they're sexy, they're attractive. You know, they might be hardworking. But, I mean, they see stability and a future and happy family, happy life with you. But I feel like you're worried about drama. You're worried about your nervous system. You're worried about peace. Okay, and they see you as an earth angel, Sagittarius energy. They see you as balanced. They see you as somebody who's who balances them out. But the problem is, what I'm getting is that drama and the chaos that they bring to you. And so you might be very healing for them, but when you need grounding and stabilization, because we all do from time to time, even my Capricorns out there. I say that lovingly because my brother's a Capricorn and I'm a Cancer, as you might know. So we're very different, but we're very, you know, good with each other in a lot of ways. And, you know, Capricorns, you know, keep their cool. I mean, until they don't. An angry Capricorn is a very scary thing. But, you know, and I feel like this person is used to that and they come to you for that. But my question here is, what are you getting out of this? You know, and if it's just, you know, arm candy, that's okay, or eye candy, well, that's fine too. But it feels like there's something unhealthy going on here. And I know that my Capricorns deep down want love, support, and most of all, you want a stable relationship with someone. Someone who's going to add value to your life, who's going to bring you peace, not somebody who's going to bring you drama and chaos. This person behind the scenes, they're ready, willing to take a leap of faith. Now, this could be that they are willing to do things differently. All right, we see the 8 of Cups. They want to come back around. All right, they're fantasizing about how that's going to happen, and most likely they do see it happening, you know, with the physical, which, again, there's nothing wrong with some good old makeup sex, right? But if it's a pattern and if things don't get talked about and things don't get shifted and changed, and it's just a way for them to get back into your life and keep receiving everything that you're giving, well, then it's a real problem. All right, so they do want to come back around. They want this fresh start. 6 of Wands energy in reverse. But they're coming back with instability. They're coming back with chaos. They're coming back with tension. And we see the 8 of Wands, but that's what they want most. Communication. They want you the most. All right, so there's no doubt about whether or not this person wants you, Capricorn. It's more like, can they give you what you need to have a happy, stable connection? The 9 of Wands tells me the outcome is there's a lot of stress here, and I think this is your stress. Stress about whether or not this is something you should let go of. And I don't think it necessarily will be easy for that. Or is it something that you should work on? Because I do think you're torn. Okay. We see the 4 of Cups energy in reverse. So there's going to be an emotional outpouring. There's going to be a love offer, an apology, a reunion. 9 of Pentacles. Some of you may be rejecting this person to be single because you feel like you need to work on you. You need to be, you know, you need your health, your wellness. You need independence right now. But for others of you, again, there's a love offer coming in. I mean, this can be somebody who's in a less codependent energy. I'm not saying they've changed overnight. I don't think they have. But some of you are going to leave this open to see where it goes because they have had some realization. I mean, it really just kind of depends on how you feel when they come towards you, because they are coming towards you. But Spirit's telling you not to forget what's happened here already, to look at the past before you make a decision, because you do have a big decision to make here. And with the 6 of Pentacles, this person does want to make it up to you. They are seeing that balance and harmony is necessary in order for this to work out. But I'm in an energy here of This person wants this, and they want to do what it takes to make you happy, to make this connection, to bring this connection back into balance. But what I'm worried about is, again, it's beautiful that they see you as the 10 of Cups and the Temperance energy and all of these beautiful Capricorn traits that are associated with the King of Pentacles, stable and generous. But it's like, I'm not sure what they're offering you. And I mean, I'm sure you are. You know, drop me a comment down below if you can tell me what it is they're offering you. You know, maybe there is, like, maybe this was just a fight or an argument that was really triggering or something. But they do want to make it up to you regardless. So let's see what else we need to know about them. Now or never, so they feel like this might be their last chance. Some of my Capricorns, you have given this person multiple chances. Just a heads up with that. Just a heads up with that, because I know, I can see it in your energy that you like want to give them another chance, but you're also like, I don't know if I should, you know, like, because it always comes back to the same thing. All right, eye candy. See, I said this, I said arm candy, but I was like, I can see this person's hot. I can see that they're really good looking. And, you know, some of my Capricorns, that's enough for you. But is it? Right? I said that. But is it? Is it enough? It's enough, I guess, if they don't stir the pot enough. You know, if they're not always stirring up shit. But I don't know. It just feels like they rely on that. And we see wish granted. Their wish is you. They're a sucker for you. I think you're a sucker for them. So again, whether they want to be with you is not the question. It's whether or not they can meet you where you are and give you what you need in the relationship, Capricorn. And again, that's going to be a very individual decision, and based on how they come towards you and based on what's happened and how many chances you've given. You know, was this the first time, or what is this, like, you know, already like the third, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth time? Then it's really something that needs to be looked at, Capricorn. All right. So we see when you least expect it. So they're going to surprise you. They're not who you think, all right, and a perfect match. So this person, I mean, not who you think, can be that you feel like you misjudged this person in the past. But it could also be that what you're thinking about them right now, like they're never going to change or nothing's ever going to give, you know, could be very different. Okay, so again, the Spirit is saying to stay open here. Stay open to what they have to say, unless you're done, right? Unless you're done with the drama, you're done with the bullshit. All right, let's see what else we need to know. And I don't mean to sound glib. I don't mean to sound glib about this, all right? It's just you know, the time of day I'm doing the reading. All right, it's before lunchtime. All right, let's go ahead and see what else we need to know. What do they want to say to my Capricorns? Your intellect arouses me. Yeah, they find you smart, practical, wise. I feel the sexual tension. That's always there. All right, and I'm not over you. And I feel like this person feels like they can't get over you. All right. All right, so let's go ahead and see what else we need to know. Advice and guidance for my Capricorns in this situation. Advice and guidance for my Capricorns in this situation. Let it unfold. Natural timing can't be forced. See, we do get that. Allow things to unfold. Don't try to force things. Don't try to force yourself either. I mean, we are in Mercury retrograde in Pisces until the 20th of March. Take this time to review, to reflect. Choose what's nourishing. Support what steadies you, right? And I'm not getting a whole lot of that from this person, but again, you know. All right, and let the discomfort pass. So things might be really uncomfortable right now. They might be blowing up your phone. They might be sending you long messages, or maybe there's silence, but not every feeling requires an action. But some truths do. So do speak your truth when you feel it's necessary here, Capricorn. All right, and make sure you respond from regulation. Act once your nervous system is settled, because it feels like there is a lot of dysregulation, there's chaos, there's conflict here, and it may not be something that you're always reacting to, but it does feel like you've had a powerful reaction here that's made this person really think twice. And let this teach you, Capricorn. Every experience offers refinement. So what is it that I'm learning here from this person, from this situation? All right, Capricorns, I'm going to leave it here, sending you love and light. Take care.